guy must be fine. He must be 6 point something. He must have fashion sense. He must be established and stuff like that. Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. It's your girl Wafa here, and today I'm going to be sharing with you guys 4 things every girl in her 20s should know before walking into a relationship. This particularly for my early 20 girlies, whether she's already in a relationship or she's thinking about it. This got inspired by God, to be honest, and also from conversations that I have with the girlies in the office. We talked about a lot of things and realized that a lot of us were not educated on how to date by our parents, by our siblings, older siblings, and all of that. And also from my experience, the experiences that were shared and conversations that I've had with the male gender over the years, I decided to share these 4 tips with you guys. I feel like it can help you just know. Talking to the girls in the office and also my younger ones, my younger siblings, I realized that a lot of girls are walking about with notions of how the ideal man should be, but not many of them have really sat down with themselves to discuss with themselves, to discover the things that they want in a relationship. So that's what inspired the video. Let's get right into it. Number 1 on my list would be for you to find out your negotiables and your non-negotiables. My girls, please, you don't have to kiss a lot of frogs to find your Prince Charming. Finding out or discovering what your negotiables and non-negotiables are before you actively are in a relationship, it helps you know what to expect and what you cannot take. When you're meeting somebody and maybe one of your non-negotiables is that you can't date a liar, you already start looking out for that. Is this person a liar? And if you see any sign or flag that makes you feel like the person is a liar, you're out of the door, and you don't have to take a lot of time to know whether or not you want to be with this person. Don't get me wrong, it doesn't mean that having your negotiables and non-negotiables automatically is a magic wand that chases away the bad guys, but it just makes you come to those type of conversations more prepared, not from a negative point of view, but just looking out for yourself point of view. Like I said, a lot of us didn't have older ones who stood up for us, spoke up for us, so I guess this might help. Number 2 buttresses down what I already talked about, negotiables and non-negotiables, buttressing that you should be realistic when picking your negotiables and non-negotiables. When we're having conversations with the girlies, a lot of people said that their non-negotiables are the guy must be fine, he must be 6 point something, he must have fashion sense, he must be established and stuff like that. They are not bad things though, but why I say be realistic is sometimes, or from this conversation, what I realized is that a lot of the girlies that are saying these things weren't so experienced. Your early 20s, you want all the fine things in life, but you have to know the pros and cons of the things that you're picking and choosing. That is not to say that there are no ideal men out there who meet all of these things and are also great, but like we established as the girls that were speaking the other day was that you're looking for a guy who his fashion sense is like on point. He knows everything about fashion. I don't want to say vain, but like he looks out for himself to see that, oh, are you getting my right angles? Girl, chances are he has a target audience. Like there are people there that are feeding that thing that he's doing. So most times, the guy who has that on lock and key and every other thing just so established, most times they're narcissistic. I might be wrong, but are you able to deal with someone who is narcissistic? Like he meets all the things that are your non-negotiables, but narcissism in the hierarchy of your non-negotiables, narcissism and someone who, well, has nice pieces but doesn't know how to pair them, which one would you rather? So that's why I think I should buttress the fact that while making your negotiables and non-negotiables, you should be very realistic. Very realistic does not mean that you should not dream. You can pray your dream, man. There's nothing God cannot do. What God cannot do, God's not here to say. But just be realistic and also pay them. This will also, I'll make it like a number 2 point B. For those people who have not even been in a relationship before and are just, piecing together their dream man, I think also knowing what to look out for from the male's point of view, like having older guys who either your big brothers or like not guys who are looking to have something with you and then their view is skewed or all of that. They're actually nice, decent people out there who just have your best interest at heart, are looking out for you. They're not sexually interested in you. They're just having like a clean point of view. Having those type of people in your lives and having conversations with them will also save you, because let me tell you something, every guy knows when a guy wants something from a babe and they know exactly what the guy wants. But most times I realize that us babe, we don't catch on. We we are slow to get that, because maybe you're making excuses for the person in your head. Oh, I don't want to think that fast, I don't want to be too daring. No. Most times having a guy who has your interest at heart will help, because he sees what you are not seeing. Trust me, guys know what the other guy, like the guy in your life, wants even before you pick it on. So it's good to have those people in your lives. And if you don't have guys that you can trust, older women, older babes in their 30s, babes in their late 30s, married people who maybe you feel like their marriage looks good, people you can trust. That's just what I'm trying to say. Have older people you can trust that can tell you things from their own experiences. You don't have to experience it yourself. Like I said, you don't have to kiss all the frogs for you to meet your Prince Charming. But if other people have kissed frogs, you might as well learn how to not kiss one, right? So I think that will do you some good. Piggybacking off that will be number 3. Trust me, girls, a man can smell you a mile away. Let me bring it back down. What I mean by that, like, a guy can tell a babe that is desperate, a babe that is naive and just claiming I'm a bad girl. Like, they can literally smell you. So if you are meeting somebody and you are trying to, oh, I don't want to be clingy, I don't want to put all my cards on the table and stuff like that, best bet is that guy already knows what you're doing and he's playing along to get what he wants. There are the good cases where you meet a guy who is decent, and even though he can see that, oh, this babe is naive, but she's a good girl and all, there are some guys who will just not want to hurt you. Maybe because of what their moms taught them, maybe because of morals, maybe because of their relationship with God, whatever it is, maybe your own luck, or God just watching out for you. But there is a known fact that every guy can smell a babe. Not like smell, like perceive you. Obviously, everybody have noses, so they can perceive, or nose, if I put S behind it. But I'm saying a guy can perceive what you think you are doing. Like, let me give you a scenario. There's someone you are crushing on, and you're trying to hide it. He knows. No matter how you're trying to hide it, the guy already knows. They can sense it, they can feel it. So it's up to that person to either play along and just act like he doesn't know, or act like he doesn't know but then mislead you, like use your sense, you know, just lead you on, and you just start feeling like, oh, he likes me, blah 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 blah. If he's a bad guy and he wants something else, he's just going to do that until he gets what he wants, then he leaves you. So I'm saying this to let you know that that notion of I don't want to speak up, I don't want to talk too much, I don't want him to think that I'm this or that, he already knows. You might as well just come correct with your personality. You don't have to hide simply because, don't hide your personality simply because you are trying to make a guy stay. That's what I'm trying to say here. He already knows. So if you're meeting somebody that is not committed, the person is showing up today, not showing up tomorrow, stuff like that, speak up. Don't delulu yourself and be saying, oh, I don't want to say it, he's going to think that I'm clingy. He already knows what he's doing, and he already knows what you're thinking, and he already knows that you're trying to do those things so that he won't say. So he only do what he's doing more, especially if you meet a narcissist. So speak up. Don't cower behind, I don't want to make him think I'm clingy. No, please speak up. And to laugh at myself, to be honest, I overthought doing this video, so I put out a form asking people to, you know, ask questions and stuff like that. And on my cute form, only 2 people asked questions. Myself, trying to see whether the form is really anonymous, and one babe. And that babe who asked this question, the question you asked is around this: you are dating somebody and he's giving you half and half. Best chance is he knows what he's doing, and because you're not speaking up, he's only going to continue. Babes, please stop being afraid of speaking up. Speak up. Guy, what is going on? Because what you don't understand is whatever precedence you set when you just meet a person is what will continue for you. If you are not about what this person is doing, call it point blank. I see you doing this thing. It's something I can't take. Is this something you can work on? Let's just start having that conversation. If it's something he can't work on, swipe out of the door. You're not trying to be doing that with somebody who is not ready to change. And this leads to another notion that you think you can change people. You cannot change anybody. No human being has the capacity to change the next person except God. So except you are God or assistant God, be weighing the things that, like, pick your struggle, pick your battle, you know. So that's that for you who asked. And thank you, by the way, for asking. The fourth, I think this would be the fourth, would be that, yeah, a lot of people don't want to hear God side by side relationship and picking man. Like, when you hear God, you start thinking, I bet no be marriage and they find. To be honest, how I avoided kissing a lot of frogs before meeting my Prince Charming, because I met my Prince Charming, I pieced him together in prayer, and I won't say I manifested it because I feel like that's such a, I don't know. But anyways, I pieced things together in prayer. Meaning, when I was 19, 17, 18, I was praying for the type of person I want and the type of person I don't want. And I don't know what people have said about God and how you deal with him, but I know that the God that I serve is a doting father. Meaning, he's willing to spoil you down to the T. And every single thing I prayed for, he gave me. That's not because I'm lucky. People talk about the Ciara prayer, Ciara prayer. Ciara is not just the odd one out. It's that you're not praying to God. You expect or assume that you can do this thing yourself until you meet a bottleneck. Then you start reaching out to God. Pray the prayer. God, if this person is not the one, please just take him away. Except maybe you want to be suffering. You like to suffer or you like to be doing trial and error. Except that, like even when you're dating and it's not because you are dating to marry, pray. Ask God. God is that kind. Like, he listens. I know he listens. So don't wait until you've met a bottleneck before you start praying now. Lord, the person I want, this is how I want the person. If there is something that I need to work on myself, help me. You're bettering yourself, you are leaning on God, because trust me, God made us all. He made us all, and he made us all with the others, like the people who will help us fulfill destiny. And I don't think that you want to be with someone who would derail you from your purpose. I see a lot of babes talking about how their men or men don't support them to dream or whatever. My man supports me to dream. Like if I need to step on his back to do the thing I want to do, he will really just lie down so that I'll step on it. And I know there are a lot of women out there who have it like that. Pray to God to give you the person that you need. Now, praying, I know that we also associate praying about the ideal person to being desperate. The person that prays for husband is a desperate woman. Maybe she'll reach her 40s. She's looking for man. That's why she's praying. No, you can start now to pray for the type of person you want. It just clears the air. It clears the type of people. I even pray for friendships. I pray that God should bring people into my life that he has assigned to me to fulfill my destiny, and me also to them. Like people who will pour life into me. Pray those type of prayers. There are those type of men out there, and you don't need to date a lot of douchebags for you to meet that type of guy. So I'll end it here. If you have questions, if you have concerns, if you want me to speak on other things, because I have a few other things, but I don't want to drag. It's already like 12 minutes and I know I'll edit, but I don't want it to be too long. Feel free to ask in the comments. Also, thumbs up, like, share, subscribe. Yeah, bye guys.